Well, hello YouTube. Welcome back for the 6-month reef update, and I got a lot of good stuff to go over today. So for all those people that have been following along, right off the bat I'll move back and you can look, and if you remember 6 months ago when we just had a few rocks in there, everything was white, no fish or anything like that. We've gone quite a way, so I'll give you a quick, just before I start talking about anything, just give you a quick look. And then we can discuss what you're seeing here. First and most noticeably, you're going to see a bunch of rock up on the back that's kind of greenish in color. First, I'd like to say that the iPhone picks it up. That's what I'm recording with. It picks it up as kind of green. It's not really as dramatic in person. This is some of the man-made plaster rock. I get it from a local reef store out in Milton, Ontario. It's only $3 a pound, and what I like about it is the shapes. It's very easy to, put along the back wall for what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to basically make it so that I can get some different size and types of corals. Once this stuff, kind of acclimates and starts growing some algae and stuff, then I'll, the coralline that is, then I'll start putting some more corals up in there. There's a little sort of a bird's nest coral. Let me zoom in there for you. It's the iPhone, unfortunately doesn't pick up very well for what it is, but it's got like little green hairs on it. There's some sort of a plate coral. I'm not really sure what it is. I got it in a deal. I had worked on some other stuff, so so that covers the rocks. In a few weeks to a month or whatever, I'm sure this stuff will be covered in purple. As a matter of fact, actually, I can already see some starting on it. If you see some of those dark spots, that's the coralline already growing. And then, remember, back a few months back, I had gotten a rose bubble tip anemone. There's one part. There's the second part, and there's the third part. Now it is split into three, which is fine. Anything beyond that, I'm going to just trade off for frags or something like that. I really don't want too many, because I risk them stinging my corals. That one has been in the same place for a long time. I'm not worried about him. This one's been moving around the last few days since I added the rock. So I'm going to have to just kind of see if that's where he's going to stay now. Like, he has been there for a day, so I'm hoping that's it. And this guy behind the power head, I wouldn't imagine it would be very happy there, but it's been there for a few days, so I guess we'll just wait and see. Right here we have let me try to focus in on it. That is a GSP rock that I got off a fellow in Toronto. However, I got it in the morning on my way to work, and I left it in a bucket of water in my truck for the duration of the day, and it actually was a chilly day, which made the water quite cold, and so it was in the water for maybe 8-10 hours or so in the freezing cold water. And then when I brought it home, I acclimated it to my aquarium water, and it just didn't open for over a month, so I was quite disappointed. However, it's over the last 2 weeks or so started opening up, and I have a feeling it's going to be fine. The polyps are all kind of pale in color, like they're lacking the green, obviously, like that. So that's what it should look like when it's done. These ones kind of just sit open. That one was more of a grassy, but they're sitting open too. I'm not sure what the deal is, because these ones are blowing around just fine. Which, by the way, they are attaching to the rock. So they're spreading nicely, which is always a good sign in an aquarium that things are progressing properly. In addition to that, I've added a couple of frog spawns. I went for a purple and a green. They are quite nice. And there's my hammerhead that we've seen before. It's still doing well. There's that unknown coral. I don't know what it is. Sorry for the shaky, guys. I'm not sure what it is. I put it there hoping that it would spread to this rock. I would love to see a big rock get covered in that. It's not as easy as that, though. It's just, it seems healthy, but it's not attaching to anything. Over here we have a rock I got on discount from Big Al's. Actually, two of both those corals. They're just kind of got some mushrooms and these things. I'm not really sure what they are up on top, but they're kind of cool. We'll just see. They're growing, so like I can see all the new heads coming. So whatever it is, it seems like it's going to do fine in here. I've had it in here for, I don't know, a month or so. And you can see more mushrooms around there. These mushrooms are doing really well over here. That one's split into two, as you can see. And you can see my fire and ice. They're extremely bright orange. And then there's also a piece of SPS there, which you can see the green tips and the green heads. It's going nicely. The one to the left is dead. That's not alive. That one I didn't have the lighting for. It's just covered in coralline. But the one with the little green on it, that's really on the way back. It was dying, but I can tell it's doing well now. My mother colony of zoos is doing really well. If you remember back in the day, this was just a little frag of, a few heads. So it's really spread nicely. I'm really happy. That big thing on the back is kind of iffy. Like, it's dying, but the part that's alive seems fine. It's got the pink in it. So I don't even know what it is. Some kind of strange, like it's got a skeleton, like a plate coral, but it was a unique one. It was cheap anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. It would have been nice if it made it. But moving along, there's a new rock with some mushrooms and some zoas on it. A couple different ones. We got some orange and some green. They're kind of nice. Finger leather got attacked by something. It hasn't been happy. You can see the couple of the polyps are sticking out. Something's been biting it, I think. And I hope I'm not wrong. I hope it's not like sick or something, like, because I really consider just throwing it out. I don't want anything sick in here. But hey, if you look right there between, see that little crab there? He was a bonus. He actually came in on that mushroom rock. Little tiny emerald crab. I like him. Over here, of course, we've got Big Nasty. I love this guy. I really do. He is just, he is something else. Who wouldn't want that in their tank? Yeah, I love that. Big spiky bastard. Let's zoom in. Sorry guys, I got shaky hands. But I just, that guy's just awesome. One of my favorite things about my tank. The zinnias are really doing well, spreading around a bit. We've got some, randomly you'll see heads of it actually growing. You can't see it right now, but behind this toadstool is a little shell. And it's got a little mini head on it. There's a few of them. And you'll just see heads popping up around places. So once again, really good signs that things are doing well when corals will propagate on their own. And I'm not really sure, but if you see my hammerhead, back last week it had two little green balls in it, fluorescent green balls, and they went floating away. So anybody that knows about that kind of thing, tell me, is that it, like throwing an egg or a seed or something? That's what I was figuring, but I really don't know. Okay, time for the biggest news of all is, you guys know I built my canopy. I wrapped it in, this is like ductwork tape, but the foil tape, just to maximize my lighting. So you'll see there's a metal halide on, and this one's off. I bought two new bulbs. But then you're going to see this weird contraption here screwed onto the back. What I'm actually doing right now is testing LED. This is an LED bulb. It's, I'll try to see if I can come in like this, see if you guys can get a view. I can't see what you guys are seeing right now. So I'm just hoping that you're seeing it. If not, anyway, that's got 12 little LEDs on it, so it's got 2 UV, and I can just barely see it from where I am. You see it there? Anyway, like 6 blue and then 6 white, or 4 white, 5 white, I don't know, however many. It's got a good mix anyway, let's just say that. So I've got that halide shut off right now, and if you can see the color difference between the two, I do realize it's hard to see stuff on the on a phone, like, because you're not in person, but you can see the brightness difference on that side for sure. I can see it on the screen, so I'm sure it'll show in the video. The colors are more vivid. The only thing I do notice is that my corals, interestingly enough, because those were 175 watt metal halides, the zoos are kind of shied up a little bit. So it may just be they're getting used to the lighting difference. I'm really not sure. I'm not worried. It doesn't look like they're dying. They're not turning brown. Their colors have gotten brighter than they were. So I'm not overly concerned. I did do a little bit of moving rocks around. I threw that there. You can see another, the warty bunghole mushroom had spread over onto there. And that's actually covered in little babies. They're all over it. Like little, just tiny ones. So, also, hey, great signs, great signs. I'm really happy to see stuff spreading. I still have some problems with crabs stealing zoa heads off plugs. For whatever reason, whenever they have one on a plug, they like to take them, so I'm down to 2 heads on that plug there. And then blue tang, awesome as always, keeps messing with. If you can see a candy cane coral right down there, I know it's hard to see the way I'm zooming in, but it's down there. I've got to move it again for like the 20th time. No matter where I put it, he grabs it and takes it and throws it around. So that's something I'm going to have to deal with. And I guess finally, let's wrap up down in the sump. We'll take a look. I did get the auto top off. I was saying that I was going to get one. It's right there. And I've got to build like a cabinet or something. I don't have anything set up for it right yet. But, so whenever the float detects that the water level's low, there's a float there. It'll automatically shoot in through this hose. I have begun carbon dosing with vodka, and with good results. I checked online, I got a chart thing, and it said that I could use up to 5 mils a day. I go with 2 to 3. I don't want to overdo it. My nitrates aren't horrible. They average between 15 and 20, depending on when I'm testing. Like, have I recently done a water change? Well, then they're going to be maybe 15, and 20 if I'm getting on time for the water change. So it's but it is going well. Like, I have seen a bit of a reduction. Like, I was red, and now I'm down to orange on the test. So, and actually that was a test yesterday before a water change. I'll retest today. Obviously you never test right after the water change, because you got to let everything mix up properly to get the parameters right or whatever. Like, you'll never know. So in the sump we're doing quite well. I've added some caulerpa, and I've still got all that chaeto in there growing. I went the other day and I bought 15 snails on top of the 20 crabs. So down in the sump there, I think it was 15 or 20 crabs. I couldn't remember if I threw any up in the main display or not. And I threw just 3 of these snails in, because there's also a bunch of the, if I can see any here, the ones, the little half shell guys. I don't even know what they're called, but they go in there. You can see the amount of coralline algae growing on the rock in the sump. I only set this sump up, I don't know, what is it, maybe not even a month ago, and all this is already growing. It's an excellent sign. If you can grow coralline algae, is my understanding, your tank is on the up and up, you're doing well. So that means that there's enough calcium in the water, and I do dose daily with the B-Ionic products. Although when those are complete, I've talked to the guy that actually at the fish store where I bought the LED, and I may switch over. He's got the powder formula. He says basically these are $50 a jug. He sells a 2-part powder mix that comes with the jugs though, and so it's like $40 or something like that per bottle though. But he says it'll last 6 months and it's a better product. So I'm probably going to do that, and I imagine I am going to finish upgrading to the LED fully. Give me some feedback, guys. Tell me what you think. Like when you're looking at the color difference, keep in mind T5s are on, and there is a halide on the one side, but you can definitely see where the LED comes down. If I had one complaint about it, I will say that it actually kind of makes the water look foggy with any little micro bubbles. Here, let's give the glass a bit of a wipe though. My glass is kind of dirty here, so it's kind of clouding it up a bit too. Is just I haven't wiped the glass in a few days, which you guys would figure I would do before making these videos, but when you look at the color of the purple, even just the corals aside, even just looking at the color of the purple, it is such a nice rich purple compared to that, which is kind of a dim. But you know what, give me your guys' feedback. Are you familiar with these lights? It is 12 3-watt LEDs is what it specs it is. So give me feedback on that. Also, I did test my phosphates last night, since I've been using the Fosban reactor, which is way in the back there. You can see the top of it, and I've got it just churning. My phosphates are virtually undetectable right now. I've been using nothing but RO water for all my water adding and water changes, so that's going really well. Okay guys, well I guess that's going to be it. I'm fucking 17 minutes into this. Wow. Alright, have a good one.